If your garden is feeling flat or one-dimensional, adding more plants usually doesn't fix this. What's usually missing is depth, and that comes from how your plants are layered, not how many plants you have. My name is Amy, and over at Pretty Purple Door, I help home gardeners design landscapes that are uniquely you. And today I want to talk about how layers can transform a flat garden into a lush and beautiful retreat. So first, when your garden is feeling flat, it's usually because everything is on one dimension or one plane and it's not actually layered in a way that'll make it feel full and beautiful. What I often see are plants that are lined up one in a row like little soldiers, or a lot of times I see plants that are the same size and the same height that are equally spaced throughout the garden, not touching, no unique layouts for them. And basically no foreground, no middle ground, no background, things like that. They're just kind of flat and in a plane. I think that this is often mistaken for not having enough plants, but really layering is the issue. The key is that layering is about how plants relate to each other in your garden bed, not just where they sit in the space. So it's not just having a foreground, middle ground, and background, and I know that's how I typically teach that because it's the easiest way for people to understand and get started with layering. So creating a foreground, a middle ground, and a background, and then starting to weave those plants together, but there's quite a bit more that goes into it than just that. If you're interested in learning a lot more about this topic, in a very short time I'm doing a completely free live class where you can watch me do this in a garden bed, and I'll answer your questions. There's going to be a replay available, so I'm going to leave that link in the description below. But basically, layering is not just about foreground, middle ground, and background. Another key element to this is creating a different plant types. So you're going to have shrubs and evergreens and even deciduous trees and evergreen trees and grasses, perennials, ground covers, all sorts of different plant types mixed together in a way that makes sense. And the way that we make sense of all of this is by using plant form, which is the overall shape of the form. Like, is it rounded? Is it pyramidal? Is it spreading? Is it vase shaped? We take those shapes and those different plant types, and then we mix in different textures. So they're usually defined as coarse and fine in a garden design world. But basically, this is little leaves versus big leaves. And again, how everything is relating to each other in the garden bed. Not just a foreground, middle ground, and background, but you got to have a nice mix of different plant types, different plant forms, and different plant textures. So why do we want this? Why do we want layering in the garden? It's because it creates depth, it creates repetition, it creates beauty and interest all year long. So it lets your eye move throughout the garden and see different things, see definitive plant shapes, plant forms, plant types, makes it really interesting to the eye. So all of your plants are supporting each other visually, and they're all playing different roles in your space. This makes your garden feel a lot fuller without it actually being crowded. So this is the real key here, because I've talked about plant spacing on this channel and how cramming things in together makes it feel a bit overcrowded and messy, and getting the spacing right is important, and also getting the layers right and the different types right. This gives you the ability to basically have less plants but make it feel really full. And when you do this, your garden is going to feel intentional instead of like you did it by accident. So just remember that magazine-worthy gardens or Pinterest-worthy gardens aren't necessarily fuller, they're just layered in a specific way. If this idea of layering is really clicking for you, again, I'm going to be doing that free class. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below so that you can join me live or catch the replay. And I'm going to go over all of this in the realm or the sphere of a cottage style garden. This can be used in all different garden styles, but I'm going to be using cottage gardens as the example of why this typically doesn't work when people try it, and then what you can do instead. If you follow what I'm doing in the presentation, you're going to get a garden that looks beautiful all year long instead of just for a few weeks in that peak season. So I really hope you're going to join me, and I can't wait to see you there.